Hello everyone. It's been an interesting few days with Bitcoin rocketing up in price and very quickly. I wanted to take this opportunity to give you some of my insight and talk a little about what I think is happening. We're currently 377 days out from the next block reward halving. It's scheduled to occur on May 23rd, 2020. The block reward is the Bitcoin paid to miners that verify transactions on the network. This reward is algorithmically halved every 4 years. Inflation in the Bitcoin network is dependent upon the Bitcoin halving. The current mining reward is 12.5 Bitcoins per block, and this will be reduced to 6.25 Bitcoins per block in May of 2020. The Bitcoin mining reward is a kind of inflation. Inflation means that you increase the Bitcoin supply. As the supply increases, the demand must increase by the same amount. You will see a decrease in value if demand doesn't keep up. However, if you reduce the inflation rate and the demand stays untouched, you will probably see an increase in the price of Bitcoin. Understanding this is one key element of fundamental analysis in predicting where the value of Bitcoin is going. Bitcoin halving of 2012. The first halving of the mining reward happened on the 28th of November in 2012. Before this, the mining reward was 50 Bitcoins per block, and afterwards, the mining reward was 25 Bitcoins per block. During this period, the Bitcoin price went from approximately $10 to $1,000, with a 1,000% increase in price. People who purchased Bitcoin made a 10 times return on their investment. Then there was the Bitcoin halving of 2016. The second halving of the Bitcoin mining reward took place in July of 2016. This led to the mining reward going from 25 Bitcoins to 12.5 Bitcoins per block. During this halving period, the Bitcoin price went from approximately $1,000 to $20,000, with a 2,000% increase in price. This was the time that Bitcoin, which was the preserve of nerds like myself, exploded into the consciousness of the general public as the price rose in a parabolic fashion. I was one of the people to take advantage of this parabolic price increase, buying up as much Bitcoin as I could get my hands on in early to mid 2017 and selling off half my stash in December 2017 and January 2018, and using the proceeds to start a solar-powered Bitcoin mining operation in my mother's shed, and my Bitcoin consulting business, INTJ Billing. Of course, we know what happened next, as the price of Bitcoin deflated substantially, which led me to stop mining, which was no longer viable at the lower prices, and to start spending money on purchasing Bitcoin instead, and concentrating on my consulting business. I was accumulating Bitcoin all of 2018 and have continued accumulating to this day. I saw the Bitcoin bear market as an incredible opportunity in which I could accumulate a lot more Bitcoin than I ever thought I would be able to when the prices were very high. It was this heavy accumulation during 2018 when people were laughing at me that if and when Bitcoin goes through its next big parabolic run-up, will make me my fortune. Another parabolic run-up is probable, by the way. The Bitcoin halving of 2020. As I've said, the next Bitcoin halving will approximately occur in May of 2020. Then the mining reward will be reduced from 12.5 to 6.25 Bitcoins per day. The big question is, will the price movement repeat itself, with Bitcoin's value climbing from approximately 10,500 to 140,000 Australian dollars, corresponding to a 1,300% or 13 times increase in value? Tom Lee, Fundstrat Global Advisors Head of Research, thinks Bitcoin could rise to 91,000 USD or $127,000 Australian by March 2020. In the graph here, you can see his analysis. Other analysts have predicted a Bitcoin price between 55,000 to 150,000 USD, which is between 77,000 to 210,000 Australian dollars. My prediction is this. I believe that the price of Bitcoin will rise steadily over the next year, leading up to the halving in May of 2020. After the halving, I believe we will see another large parabolic increase in the price of Bitcoin, which will propel it to a minimum of $70,000 Australian per coin. I'm holding on to as much of my Bitcoin as I can until at least December of 2021, which I'm predicting will be the next peak, but I might be wrong about that timing. The peak might come sooner or a year or so later. I'm predicting there will be a worldwide bubble, and it will probably be the largest economic bubble we witness in our lifetimes. The underlying reason, of course, is the extreme scarcity of Bitcoin, which is the hardest form of money that has ever been invented by humankind. I'll leave you with this Bitcoin halving schedule. Study this schedule like you're studying for the most important exam of your life. Look at the block reward and think about what the value of Bitcoin will be in the future. I'm currently 40. That gives me 20 years of productive working life left before I retire. So let's say 2040 is when I retire. I look at the mining reward and it's just 0.1951 Bitcoins per block in 2040. If I hold on to my Bitcoin stash for the next 20 years and the demand for it continues, I can only imagine the high price it will be per coin. For those of you that think in terms of generations and that have families, just imagine what one Bitcoin will be worth to your grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Study that halving schedule. All the best, everyone, and remember, I provide free Bitcoin consultations to my family and my immediate circle of friends. So if you're interested in getting yourself or your business set up with Bitcoin, give me a buzz. My list of services are available on my website, link here.